Welcome back to a Book a Day podcast. I'm back with another book, and this one is called The Other in the Mirror Stories from India and Pakistan. As the name suggests, there are short stories on the theme of India and Pakistan, and they are written by writers from both sides of the border. So, what I'm going to do in the next few episodes is I'm going to be narrating one story in each one of these episodes, and I hope you'll really enjoy it. The first story that I'm going to narrate today, it's written by none other than the great Gulzar. He wrote it in Urdu language, so it's translated into English by Rakhshanda Jalil, who is another famous Urdu English translator. So, without any delay, let me start narrating the story, which is a sad story on the theme of India Pakistan partition, the riots that followed. It's called Crossing the Raavi by Gulzar. Here we go. It is a wonder that Darshan Singh did not go mad. His father died. His mother was lost somewhere in what remained of the Gurudwara, and his wife gave birth to two babies at the same time. Twins, both boys. Darshan Singh did not know if he should laugh or cry. Fate had dealt him a strange hand, taken away with one hand what she had given with the other. It was being said that freedom had come or was coming, though it was hard to tell when it would reach Lyalpur. Hindus and Sikhs were surreptitiously making their way to the safety of the Gurudwara. Shani had been moaning in pain for the last few days and nights. Those were the last days of her pregnancy, and it would be her first labor. Every day, Darshan Singh would bring a new story about the riots. Every day, his father would comfort him. Nothing will happen, son, nothing at all. Has any Hindu or Sikh home been attacked so far? But the Gurudwara was attacked, Papaji. It has been set on fire twice. And yet, you want to go and assemble there? Darshan Singh fell silent. But all around him, people were leaving their homes, gathering in the Gurudwara. He said, "It is comforting to be in one place, Papaji. There is not a single Hindu or Sikh left in our alley. We are the only ones here." One night, 10 or 15 days ago, the sound of Papaji falling down in the courtyard rang out. Everyone woke up. Cries of "Jo Bole Sonihal" could be heard in the distance, coming from the Gurudwara. Papaji had, in fact, heard the shouts and woken up, gone up to the terrace. On his way down, he had slipped on the stairs, and the axe lying in the courtyard had smashed his head. Somehow or the other, Papaji's last rites were performed. Whatever little they possessed was stuffed in a pillowcase, and the three of them had made their way to seek refuge in the Gurudwara. There was no dearth of frightened souls inside the Gurudwara. No wonder he felt buoyed with courage. Darshan Singh would say, "After all, we are not alone. If nothing else, we are close to Vaiguru." Groups of young volunteers would work all day long. People had collected flour, pulses, and ghee from their homes. All day and night, the community kitchen churned out meals. But how long could the provisions last? The question haunted every heart. They were hopeful the government would send some help. But which government? Someone would ask. The English have left. Pakistan has been created, but there is no Pakistani government in place yet. I have heard that the military is all around. They are taking caravans of Sharanarthis till the borders under their care. Sharanarthis? Who are they? Darshan's wife asked. Refugees. We have never heard these words before. A group comprising 2 or 3 families who could no longer bear the burden of anxiety decided to set off. We are leaving. We have heard that there are trains leaving from the railway station. How long can we sit around waiting here? After all, brother, one has to find the courage. Why Guru will not carry us on his shoulders? Another quoted from the Granth Sahib to bolster his argument. Nanak Naam is the ship. He who boards the ship will sail across. No sooner had some people left than a bubble of emptiness would form in their absence. But as soon as a fresh set of people came with news from the outside world, the bubble would burst. Do you know, a huge camp has been set up at the railway station. People are dying of hunger and eating stale food. Diseases are spreading. 5 days ago, a train had passed by this way. There wasn't space to keep a seed of sesame. People were packed even on the roof. The next morning was Sankrant. Verses from the Granth Sahib were being recited day and night. Shani gave birth to her twins at a very auspicious moment. Of the two, one baby was extremely weak. It had little chance of survival. But Shani kept it alive through the sheer force of her umbilical cord. That very night, someone said, "A special train has come to get the refugees. Let's go." A large mass of people set out from the Gurudwara. It included Darshan Singh and Shani too, who, though extremely weak, was willing to leave for the sake of her sons. The mother refused to budge. "I will come, son, I will come with the next lot. You leave with my daughter-in-law and my grandsons." Darshan Singh tried to dissuade her, but the Granthi intervened. The volunteers in the Gurudwara too tried to bolster his courage. "Leave now, Sardarji. One by one we shall go across the border. We'll bring your mother with us." And so Darshan Singh set out. He put his 2 babies in a basket as though he were a street hawker who had set out with his family atop his head. The train was at the railway station, but there was no space inside it. People seemed to grow like grass on its roof. People saw the weak and sickly mother and her newly born babies, pulled her onto the roof and made some space for her. After about 10 hours, there was a small rumble in the train. The evening was red, as though blooded, its face livid and ablaze. Shani's breasts were sucked dry. She would lift one baby away, then put the other to suckle. The bundle of 2 infants, wrapped in rags, looked like something that had been picked up from a garbage heap. After some time, as the train slowly pushed its way into the night, Darshan Singh noticed that while one baby moved its arms and legs and even let out an occasional cry, the other was absolutely still. He thrust his hand inside the bundle and found it was stone cold. When Darshan Singh burst into tears, the people sitting around him understood. They tried to take the baby away from Shani, but she seemed to have turned to stone too. She sat there with the basket clasped to her chest. No, one doesn't take milk without his brother. Despite everyone's efforts, Shani refused to let go of the basket. The train stopped 10 minutes and moved 10 times. Somebody said, I'm sure we have just crossed Hyderabad. No, surely this is Gujranwala. Just an hour more. As soon as we reach Lahore, it is as good as reaching Hindustan. And in their fervour, they began to rise slogans, Har Har Mahadev, Jo Bole Sonihal. A wave seemed to ripple through the crowd as the train climbed a bridge. It is the Ravi. It is the Ravi. That means we have reached Lahore. In that clamour of noises, someone whispered something in Darshan Singh's ear. Sardarji, throw your baby here. It will find its mukti in the Ravi. What good will it do taking it across the border? Softly, Darshan Singh nudged the basket away from his wife and in one swift move plucked the bundle out and flung it into the Ravi with a loud cry of Vaheguru. The faint cry of a baby was heard in the darkness. Terrified, Darshan Singh turned to look at Shani. The dead baby was clinging to Shani's breast. A bubble of noise erupted all around him. Waga, Waga, Hindustan, Zindabad. And so the story ends on such a sad note. But that was the impact of the partition, the riots that followed, and the division that was created. These are truly horrible, horrific stories. And so was this one. And I'll continue reading more stories from the book as we continue the book in the next few episodes. So stay connected, keep following. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you.